Tonight on Coyote Sports, a USD runner makes school history, and the volleyball team's 17-game win conference home win streak was snapped. I'm Charlie Daldorf.
And I'm Erica Arpan. It's November, which means the basketball teams have kicked off their seasons, and hear how their first games went. Plus, commentator Grant Boziacki talks about the big football game this Saturday. But first, the headlines. Delaney?
Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson has been suspended for the rest of the season, announced by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Peterson is suspended without pay after he was charged with child abuse against his 4-year-old son. NFL Vice President Jeff Pash says the decision was made to extend Peterson's time in the league rather than end his career. The Alabama football team jumped from 5th to 1st in the college football playoff rankings after beating previously undefeated and top-ranked Mississippi State. Oregon remained in 2nd, while Florida State is now 3rd, and the only undefeated team left in the Big Five Conference. And those are your headlines.
Junior cross-country runner Amber Eichhorn made USD history last weekend as she qualified for the NCAA Division I cross-country championships. She's the first Coyote to compete at the Division I level on the women's side. The championship race is on Saturday in Indiana. Eichhorn and 3 of her teammates were recognized by the Summit League for their academics. To be honored, runners must participate in at least half of the meets and have a GPA above 3.3. Along with Eichhorn, Brent Haas, Isaac Allen, and Katie Whiteson were recognized by the league. USD swept all 4 Summit League Swimmer and Diver of the Week awards this past week. Jacob Knowles and Sam Shett won Swimmers of the Week. Knowles placed in the top four in 3 of his races, while Shett recorded 3 first-place finishes at the border battle. Dustin Jens and Grayson Herding won Divers of the Week. Herding and Jens swept the 1 and 3 meter dives at the border battle. The teams traveled to St. Cloud State on Friday.
The football team hosted Illinois State this past weekend. The Redbirds came as the number 7 team in the FCS. USD Kevin Earl threw 2 touchdowns in the first half and ran for 2 more in the second half. And the Coyotes trailed by just 8 early in the fourth quarter. But they couldn't stop Illinois State running back Marshawn Copridge, who had 221 rushing yards and went on to lose 45-26. USD's season's finale against SDSU is the most talked about game on the schedule. Make sure to stay tuned after our newscast today to watch our Coyote vs. Jackrabbit special featuring coaches and players.
USD's volleyball team was in action against IUPUI Jaguars Sunday in preparation for the Summit League tournament. The teams fought over the win over 5 sets. Although it was a close game, IUPUI beat the Coyotes. Senior Melissa Furtko says the team is disappointed by the loss, but will take the emotion to move them forward.
We're going to use the motivation from the loss to build confidence again and push us to hopefully win the Summit League championship.
The loss puts the Coyotes in 3rd place for the final Summit League tournament standings. The defeat was the first conference loss at home for the Coyotes since 2012. They play IPFW in the first round of the conference tournament on Friday.
The men's basketball team started the season with a 60-52 loss at Utah Valley before heading out to California to play a Sweet 16 team from last season. USD lost to the Stanford Cardinals 84-73, but were led by senior Brandon Boss with 19 points. The team made 7 3-pointers in the loss and shot just 39% from the field. Coach Smith will look for his first Coyote win this weekend at the Fairfield Tournament in Bridgeport, Connecticut. The women's team started off their season with a road win over Drake, 83-78, thanks to a game-winning 3-pointer by Rachelle Contreras, who led the team with 23 points. The team lost on Sunday at Kansas, 68-60. USD had a 2-point lead with just under 4 minutes left, but Kansas made free throws down the stretch to win. Nicole Seekamp had 21 points to lead the Yotes. USD will play at Portland State tonight and at Washington tomorrow.
USD offers plenty of ways to get students involved on campus, including a variety of intramural sports. Students gathered Tuesday night for their intramural basketball game in the Wellness Center. Many teams simply play their game once a week. The season goes from late October to the end of the fall semester. Students enjoy playing in a competitive co-ed league. Intramurals are beneficial to the student body because they allow students to play sports without being on the university teams, as well as an alternative to a solitary workout routine.
I think it's a really easy way to get involved with your friends and stuff, and it's super easy. It's an hour a week, it's not a big time commitment.
Though it is recreational, there is still a competitive element to the games.
You have your regular season games and you get seeded, and then you go through playoffs, and if you lose one, you're done.
Students looking to get involved and break away from their routine can get in shape this school year by joining the next session of intramurals. The Wellness Center website provides further information on all intramural sports. The football team may be having a disappointing season record-wise, but you can throw that out the window because it's Jackrabbit Week. In this week's sports commentator, Grant Boziecki, tells you what to expect on Saturday.
Welcome, Coyote Nation. I hope you're amped up and ready for the season finale, because it's time to go jackrabbit hunting. Okay, I'll back off a little bit. It's not going to be that easy. It's been a rough year for the football team, and Saturday is just another doozy on the schedule. Luckily, it's a rivalry game, and that means you never know what's going to happen. I have one bit of advice, and it's really not rocket science. Slow down Zach Zenner. Zenner's numbers speak for themselves. He has back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. He's also ran for 301 yards in the last 2 years versus us. It's going to be a big day for our safeties because they're going to be the ones that really have to stop Zenner from hitting the home runs. With that being said, I'll leave you with a final word from our head coach, Joe Glenn.
In the last 2 years, the Jackrabbits have been all over the Coyotes. Maybe we closed the gap a little bit last year in the Dome, but this Saturday at 2 o'clock in Brookings, every Coyote supporter, every Coyote fan, every Coyote student that can get there, come help and cheer the Coyotes on to victory.
You heard it, Coyote fans. It's up to you to cheer on the good guys. For Coyote Sports, I'm Grant Boziecki.